looks like everything's working. Haven't streamed in a while. It's been about a week and a day. Just not been feeling great, and very hard to stream when you're sick, so didn't bother. Plus, there's going to be a lot of play and streaming for the rest of the month of December, and you guys are going to see why, because the action is absolutely amazing. I personally have been running very badly. To be fair, I haven't played that much, but I've taken a little downswing of about 10 buy-ins. Also had to pull a little bit of money, so that's why the bankroll went down, but it's all good. We're still very comfortable playing the stakes I'm at. 100 NL is going to have to wait a few days, but that's okay. We'll be back to that in a minute. And we got the 2250 deep stack. Figured I'd play that because we won it last stream. And this is the 4K or 4500 weekly deep stack guaranteed. I guess I should change this to 4.5K. There we go. Yeah, and these are just getting started. We're past the buy-in, rebuy-in add-on part over here. This is the freeze out. We've got about 3 minutes left. I'm just keeping an eye on that. People do really crazy shit in the last few minutes of this because it's a freeze out. I don't know why they treat the last minutes differently than anything else, but it's whatever. The rodeo's in town, so there are a ton of people on playing right now that are just truly atrocious. By the same token, last night I ended up, it was that kind of thing where I was playing where make a raise, flop a set, bet the flop pretty heavy with a flush draw out there. Somebody calls, turn comes off, the person leads into me for a quarter pot, trying to control the size of the pot, and I'm like, well, I know what this is, so I'll just jam the money in, and they have 7 outs because the board can't even pair, because I'll have a full house. And that's exactly what happened, and I kept losing those. But literally within minutes of every time that would happen, I'd be at another table, I'd raise, somebody would 3-bet pre-flop to like $5, and I would just jam. This is a literal hand that happened yesterday. I just jammed $70 effective straight in. Person saw it there, thought about it. There was one time, that particular hand, a guy had ace-jack, called me off, I had aces. Another time, a guy sat there, thought about it, called me off with 7s. I had kings. Those both held. So I ended up, being down 1 buy-in yesterday, but I took such huge swings, and there was like the most ridiculous, like these people don't fold, so you just don't bluff them. Then you just make these big bets. And it's like, you've made them make a mistake, but you still have to dodge the 7-outer on the river or the 5-outer on the river. My favorite one was I had kings, and there was this guy that I was watching what he was doing, and he was, it wasn't that he was a bad player, it's just that he didn't understand why what he was doing was working, was because the players he was doing it against were, I think they were just too, like, I know these players, like, they're just, like, a little bit too cautious, so he was doing things like calling flops, pre-flop with any 2 suited, and then if he hit any pair, no matter what his position was, he would either bet or raise. Oh, wow, that music is loud. He would either bet or raise right away. Like, no matter what happened, when the action got to him, he would make a small raise if somebody had c-bet, or he would lead. If he was... oh, that is really loud. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to turn that down again. Let me know if that's still too loud. But I couldn't hear it until the delay was passed. So, I saw what he was doing, and I was like, oh, well, this is one of those guys who he's just never going to fold, and it's going to be one of those situations. And I ended up with kings, and I raised pre-flop, and he called, and another guy called, and it came to me, and I was just like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and standardize this c-bet, and I did that. And pretty big, actually, like 2/3 pot, and the flop was queen 7... It was like queen 7-3. No draw out there, no nothing. And then the turn came off, or he raised, and I decided, I'm just going to jam. And he sat there thinking about it for a really long time, and it's hilarious because when these guys sit there and think, I really am wondering if they're just asking themselves if they can possibly fold. And they just don't seem to be able to. So he calls me, and he has 7 deuce with no draw, and second pair, and I have the kings. And of course the turn came off a deuce, and he won the hand. And it's just like, and it was, 7 deuce suited, and I saw a lot of people playing 7 deuce and Jack 4 and Queen deuce, all the, you know, meme hands that are out there right now, which is so fucking dumb. See, like, I don't know this player, so I'm just going to standardize for a big bet. So I'm getting raised right here. He's a donkey, but he's also a payoff wizard, so I think this is one where he could be raising on the draw as much as he could be raising top pair or 2-pair. So I'm just going to re-raise. Hopefully he has jacks or something and we just get it in. 8-5's a possibility, so is 7-9, so is 6-7. But yeah, top pair. So like just that easy. Like $50, thank you. And it's just like, but it's like, and there's a great read with this avatar, by the way. It's always the dudes with the sunglass avatar. It's fucking hilarious to me how often that is. Like, I know it seems insane, but back in the old... What the fuck is that? Oh, I get it. This guy just jammed in 25 blinds, but... And it's funny because in his mind, he's very short, because he's... Where is he? He's at like 5,000. So, let's see where he is. Yeah, he's all the way down here. So he's 182 out of 185 players. But, like, he has enough chips. He could, like, one double, he's in this thing. Like, these are players who just give up. Like, one double, he's at 156. 2 doubles, or even just some medium pots, he's right in the middle of the pack. But if he doubles twice, he's at 76. He's doing very well. So I think he's just giving up too early. Because to just dead jam like that, I don't think that's good no matter what it is. Okay. This has ended. The late reg on this one. 131 players. I won it last week with 133 in it. So pretty much the same tournament. A little bit lower prize pool. Nothing taken away from the top end except second place is like $10 cheaper. I think top prize is almost identical. Like maybe $1. But yeah, looks good. So top 24 will get paid. That's this one over here. And top guy gets about $530. This one is going to be a lot longer. There's 183 players remaining. Top 48 getting paid. Top prize is $976. So definitely worth it. See, it's hilarious. Like, I raised this guy right off the bat. Like, I bet big. He raised, and it's like, the reason, this is what happens when you become an educated player. You sit there and go, well, if I do this, if I re-raise, what's going to happen? Everybody with top pair is going to go away, right? The draws that call me, we're just going to jam the turn, so this is basically what I'm getting. That's why you're betting big. But nobody's just going to stick around with one pair here, right? Because I could have aces. The best case scenario you think is maybe this person was playing queens slow, and they think I'm just trying to bully. But even then, you would just jam. So then he just calls, and it's like, now he's just hoping that I don't bet. But I'm just going to jam, and of course, there you go. I mean, it's like, people give people too much credit. Like, you can't... But see, the problem was I was losing these last night. Like, the 5-outers kept hitting, so it was very frustrating. But super awesome. Nice winner right off the bat. Nice double. I'm going to remark him because I want to find him on other tables, so I'm changing his color. I'm looking for him on 6 max. I think he's there. Like, table selection's been a big deal this past week. I'm getting in the best fucking tables I've seen in months. Yeah, not a lot of 6 max going on. These guys prefer 9 max. The 100 NL looks fucking great, but I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna be comfortable putting, you know, that much at risk right now. But like the 100 NL tables look fucking juicy. Honestly, if I was like, if I hadn't had to pull that money, I'd probably be playing 100 NL right now. Yeah, probably like $300 or $400 more. But it's all right. Never know. So there's 2 more 9 max 50 NLs that look really good that I'm going to go ahead and try to get on our friends on one of them too. So I'm going to try to get on those. I do like this table. Oh, there we go. Not bad. Good seat. I think the one that bothered me most yesterday was I had pocket 10s and a guy min raised in first, and another player called it, or 2 more players called it, and I was in the hijack, and I decided that that's kind of a situation that really favors me. Like, I mean, I know it's pocket 10s, and people say, oh, you always 3-bet pocket 10s. I don't always 3-bet pocket 10s, but it's like, that's one where I think I want to get as much money in the pot as possible versus this under-the-gun player, because I know he's never doing this with aces, like ever, ever, ever. So the flop comes down, and it's like queen 5. All right, I'm going to do this. Sometimes I'm bluffing into the nuts, but wow. Love that. See, that's the kind of shit that pisses me off. It's like he gets bailed out on the river. He can't call me if anything other than a 10 comes out. He honestly shouldn't even... He should have had some thought process about calling that. But he was like, nope, made a full house. Got lucky. And if I had the ace, I would have just 5x bombed it. And it's funny because he's not folding. Like, I'm really just betting there to get him off anything that's not an ace. But when a 10 hits, what can I do? But anyway... so I made this huge pot open, or like pot, like 150% pre-flop. It was a big 3-bet. And just the guy under the gun calls, and it's kind of like, all right, that worries me a little bit because he should have some kind of pair range or whatever. And the flop comes off king, queen, 3 with 2 clubs. And I'm like, well, I'm going to play it like it's ace, king. So I made a 2/3 pot bet when... You know, another guy called, so 2 guys checked to me. So the first guy calls, and the second guy folds on the flop. Look at that flop. And then on the turn, the guy leads out for a quarter pot, who just called me, the guy who min-raised in first. And there's a king and a queen, a 3 and a 5. Hey, thanks to boss. A 5 on the table. And he leads for like a quarter pot, and I'm like, this is only defensive, so I just jam it with pocket 10s. I have 3rd pair. And he thinks about it for a really long time, and then he calls me with the babiest of club draws. I think it was like 4 deuce or something like that. And he ended up hitting the club on the river. So, like, again, it was that thing where he was trying to wham. This is a great move because if the flush did hit, I'm going to get paid. If he has 7-4, 7-3, it's fine, but, I mean... This isn't going to get called most of the time, but it's 50-50, so when it gets called, I want to get paid. I think he's going to call, you know, reasonably if he has a flush, but he never has a flush there. But I think it's just jamming. The real thing of it is this player behind having a flush draw or having a 7, like it's just too much, you know, it's too much opportunity. So I think overbetting versus bad players for value, you just want to keep jamming because they're going to get creative or optimistic, I guess is the word. And they're just going to hero you. Fucking bad players love to call. They hate to fold. Ooh, got me another. Okay, this isn't the greatest seat. I'm going to have to play it a little bit tight. But it's definitely got value to it. So look at this. Guy's sitting for 3 minutes. This is Manchu. I wonder if this guy ever folds jacks here. Queens. You should have. I mean, well played, guys. You got me off of the bluffer. I hope this guy stays because his nose is just all the way open now. Like, you've just been 4-bet on a 50 and L on WSOP from a guy who just sat down this hand. I don't think you cold call off. I gave one of those up last night, and I had Queens versus a guy had raised, and I re-raised. Almost the same situation, but we were in a little earlier position. And the guy in the small blind re-raised small, and the guy behind him called, and I was like, or the guy who had originally raised called, and I was like, I'm going to give this up for $7. And I did, and the other guy, they went to the flop, and it was, 9 high. And then one of the guys jammed, the other one called, and it was kings aces. It's just like, but there were so many yesterday where it was like, especially playing 6-max. I mean, it was late too, so people were kind of crazy. So like, I opened the cutoff in 6-max, just a standard pot open, had aces. Dude in the big blind made it $5 even, so from $1.75 to $5, and I had $70, and he had me covered, and I was just like, yeah, this will work. So as soon as it got back to me, I just jammed all the money in, and he thought for like 3 seconds and then called it with pocket 7s, and it's just like, just because these players just can't do it, they have to see a run out. This is tricky against a player like this. If it goes past the flop, he's gonna fold everything, but if he has any kind of spade, he's gonna keep going. I should buck this table, but because of this player, I'm staying around. It's the lead out. Okay. It's kind of awkward. It's a good card. I mean, it's not unreasonable. Problem is, everything just got there. Oh, wow. Just ace. Oh, wow. He really does not bet enough. He should have bet more. Yeah. This is one of those guys who he draws for any amount, but he doesn't see the value in betting big when he's up against players who obviously are on a draw. Is this table too big? Yeah, it is. Ooh, sun just went behind the clouds. See, again, you're going to see a lot of stuff like this where this player opens. I really don't want to 3-bet because I don't want to get blown off it behind. And I think I'm just going to underplay pocket pairs of 10s, jacks, and queens. And this is my buddy over here. This is the guy I want to play against. Oh, God, how perfect is that if the jack is a 10? I mean, again, we're not really trying to bluff. It's just a very different day when these people are in town. I'm aware of this player, too. He hasn't played this big in a while. At least I haven't seen him on the 50 NLs, so he could very well be running well, or he could just be, you know, getting in because of the rodeo in town. So we're going to end up overfolding to him, but I think we kind of have to, because we're not here to play against him. You know what I'm saying? He's not a great player, but he's also not a very lucrative player to play against. It's like, look at this guy. This is the guy. This is the guy we want. Again, we're just trying to make hands. Like, look at all these players. Less than the full buy-in, less than the full buy-in. No notes, no notes, no notes. Like, these are players who are in town. Like, these are not locals. They don't know me. I don't know them. So, these are the guys where if I was sitting at the table with them, I would have my headphones in and never talk to them. Just because I'd have to lie to them when they say, you know, what do you do for a living? Or, you know, are you in town? Like, this is the one of the things where I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm in on vacation to see some, to see my nieces and nephew. Like, I would just make some bullshit up. It's funny though, because sometimes, like, if I was at South Point right now playing live, and I was sitting there with a bunch of those cowboys, it's the kind of thing where it happens always the same way. You start winning a bit, like, you know, winning some good hands, and look at this fucking idiocy, how this money doesn't all go in there. Like, this player limped King 3 offsuit, flop trips, and this guy didn't get it all. This is such a fucking mistake. Do you think this guy's ever folding? Like, look at this. They check the flop, bets $1, gets raised, just calls it. Like, how do you not re-raise? Bets, gets raised. How do you not jam? Like, the money should have gone in here. King 3, the guy limped King 3 pre-flop. I mean, that is just fucking utter shit right there. Utter fishery. And you're not gonna, the guy's not gonna fold. He doesn't have the ability to fold trip kings. Like, this is what you have to know. No matter how much you do. I've sat at tables live with players like that and literally, like, made a bet of like $10 and they've raised it to 20, and I've made it $200, like their entire stack. And they just sit there and they go, well, can't fold this, and they just call with king deuce with trip kings, and you're like, I have ace king. I have you drawing absolutely dead because I already have the full house or whatever. Tyler, are you going to go for it? This is interesting. I don't love it, but I don't think I can fold an overpair just yet. Now I pick up the open ender, and the flush draw should slow people down. I do have a diamond. This guy's kind of weird. I'm going to check back. I should be good here. I mean, I should be good here quite often, unless this player's trapping a flush. But I think if it checks down, I think I'm good. 10s. Okay. Why did he stop betting? That's really sus. I think I played enough zone to not tilt to bad beats. Yeah. But I got to tell you, man, I mean, I've been playing a long time and all like that. You can definitely still tilt. Trust me. huh? Like, don't ever think you're immune to tilt. I actually read a book not too long ago that said the idea isn't to become immune to tilt so you never tilt. And the guy goes on this thing, and he had interviews with famous players. I think, like a bunch of famous players. Patrick Antonius was one of the examples he used most frequently because he seems to have no reactions to anything. This is interesting. I might have to 3-barrel this. I might just lose to a king here, but I think I have to 3-barrel. I can't just check that. Nice! 2 barrels, all it took. So, this is book, and he talks about talking to Patrick Antonius. I'm just going to lead the 2-pair. And they said, how do you stay so calm, and this, that, and the other? And Patrick says, his response was, I'm actually not very calm. He's like, I'm actually inside when I take a bad beat. He's like, I am trying to breathe. I am trying to calm down because I have such white, red-hot rage. And he's like, it's gotten better as I got older. But he's like, I used to punch things and have all these reactions and all like that. He's like, he had to stop. He said he didn't want to play online anymore because of how bad he was at handling that shit. But he said that, you never get rid of tilt. And he's like, it's not that you're supposed to be immune to it. You're not a Superman. You're just supposed to, if you handle tilt better than everyone else, you're going to make more money. Because everybody tilts. It's like your aces. If you get your aces, if you get the money in better than everyone else, and then, you lose less when your aces are cracked, then you're going to do better than everyone else. Because everybody gets the same cards. It's who plays the cards better. We're all going to tilt. So don't ever think you're immune to it. This is weird. I feel like overbetting, but I think he's just going to have ace-queen, ace-king often enough. He's going to have ace-queen here a ton. He might even have like ace-6, believe it or not. Ace-9. Like, how do you not, like... I think I might have gotten the max, but maybe I could have overbet it, but I think I took him right to the hilt, getting fucking 80 blind pot there. Like, it's just like, and these people just can't fold. They cannot fold. And you have to get it out of your head that people know what the fuck they're doing. Because they don't. These people are recreational players. And it doesn't mean they're bad people. And it doesn't even mean, like, I don't even look at them with... I used to have this thing where I had to look at the other players as lesser. You know what I'm saying? To be able to beat them. It's not true. These people have figured out parts of life that I haven't. These people have good jobs. These people have 401ks. These people have houses. So it's like, who's really the fucking winner when I'm able to take, a bunch of buy-ins off of them at a poker table that doesn't fucking mean anything. You know what I'm saying? That was a very humbling thing to realize. So the idea is to tilt better than everybody else. I know some guys that are like really passive dudes, and I remember talking to this one guy years ago, and I told him, I was like, dude, you got to be more aggressive. You got to get in there. It's like, you know what to do. Why aren't you doing it? And he had this problem with pulling the trigger, and it was because he was an anxious guy, basically antisocial and all like that. And this was playing live at the Venetian years ago. And then I was dealing one day, and he was okay player, but he was, what his real skill was getting max value when he had it. So he didn't win a lot of pots, but the pots he won were absolutely maximized, and I learned a lot from him. But he didn't make the correct, like, I told him, he said, you could like double your win rate by just making standard steals that people can't compete against. And he just couldn't pull the trigger. But after he took one bad beat, he would tilt his goddamn face off, and then he was able to be aggressive. So I told him that I noticed that, and he would have great sessions. It's like, as long as he didn't keep taking beats, which statistically you're not going to, he would be aggressive. He would be able to make the steals. He would be able to make the bluffs. And he would still get good value, not as good, but he would still get good value on his monsters. And I told him that later, and he's like, yeah, I feel like I play better when I'm tilted. And I said, I hate to say it, but I think you do. And I said, I don't know if I could live in that constant heightened state all the time, but I think you need to like amp yourself up. Like, you know, you wear headphones. Why don't you like listen to some heavy metal or something when you come out? And it's funny because he started listening to, because I always listened to movies in my headphones when I was playing live because I was so fucking bored. He started listening to, what was that stupid fucking movie? Mortal Kombat Annihilation. One of the first Mortal Kombats with that stupid, crazy soundtrack from like early 2000. But he loved it because it was super aggressive and blah, blah, blah. And he said it amped him up and everything like that. And I remember him just sitting there just jamming to it. And it was like, I recognized it when I heard it. Like, he was sitting in the seat next to me. I recognized that fucking Mortal Kombat song. And it pumped him up. And he was very happy, and he did very well from there. And I'm not saying he solved all his problems, but it took away his ability to not pull the trigger. And once he was able to do it, when he was in a calm, happy state, he became a much better rounded player. I learned a lot from him about getting good value live. It was all about bet sizing. Like, he was somehow always able to sniff out the guy's absolute limit and then go $1 beyond it if he wanted him to fold when he was playing right, or you know, take $1 away from the pot that would fold. Like, he told me once that he made a bet and it was something like 87 or something like that. And I remember when he made the bet, I was like, God, I hate when this fucking asshole's, when I'm dealing to him, because he's always using white chips. And it's like you have to make change and this, that, and the other. But he told me later, he's like, that was part of the thing. Was using white chips because it would fuck people up and blah, blah, blah. He's like, they won't call 85, but they'll call 87. He's like, so it was a weird little thing. And he was right, because I tried it myself. Look at this. Look at this. And the 9 high is good. Look at this. This guy goes ape shit. This guy decides to call with the draw, and the 9 high wins. Look at this. I just overbet this on the turn and river and got paid. It's going to be hilarious to see what calls me. Aces? He checked that flop and then called. I could have gotten it all. Holy shit. He had aces. He didn't see that. I still got a monster out of it. Jesus. Still got 60 blinds with only 2 streets of betting. That's pretty good. Single raise pot. Six is good? No, this guy's king, queen didn't bet. I'm not sure about this. I don't think this guy has an ace much. I don't think if another heart comes off, I don't think we can bet. But yeah, we just had to bet twice. I don't know what the fuck. That's not an ace. It's not an 8. It's not a jack. Maybe it's a really shitty heart. Maybe he was trying to just float. I don't know. This player is super short. I'm just gonna call. I would 3-bet, but he doesn't have much. It's pretty good. The only problem here is that this guy, when he has the overpair, we're just going to pay him off. Because he can just jam Ace, king, king, queen. Anything here. Just going to take my time and put them in. Queens, yeah. That's fine. I don't know what the fuck, like, he's even thinking about. Like, if you're not going to fold, it's like, what are you doing? Wish I had king jack and it sucked out. Serve you right. But you'll see those guys call with king, queen, ace, king. You know, just 2 overcards. Ace, queen. And honestly, pocket 10s too. Well, I still tilt, but I start playing different to win it back. That's a good thing to recognize about yourself. And then realize maybe you have some skills that come out in that tilt that you can integrate to your standardized play. I've done that. Like, that's how I first learned how to 3-barrel. So I don't see this as a good bluff spot. We're just looking really for anything. I don't see any value in bluffing here. I mean, yeah, we're going to end up overfolding, but this is just hilarious. Look at this. 2 idiots with the sunglasses emojis. You're going to be amazed to see what these hands are. And I think we're going to see it. No? Was that a pure bluff and then the nuts, or then the flush over here? See, this is just bad. It's too much. Why are you jamming? What did he jam, like 3,800? He's jamming like 17 blinds. Like, what are you trying to accomplish there, bro? It's a freeze out. And we're all short. Like, I'm jamming from the small, but it's kind of just because that's all I can do. And ace-10 is way high on the range. But only if, you know, the right person raises over here or somebody else calls. If this guy makes a standard open, I'm going to jam. Jack high. Okay, I'm also going to jam just the small. Just because I'm not going to play ace-10 out of position. So, we get called by king-queen every pair. A lot of people call with any ace. Suited ace-5, things like that. It's nice to have a better hand right after that. So, we've got 20 blinds now, so we do have steals. So, if anybody in this area opens, we may just jam. So, Blackbird 3-bets. This guy may jam, but I don't think we can fold just because of his tendency to call. So, oh wow, he folded. That's hilarious. I really thought I was going to get overcalled. Yeah, this is a jam versus him for sure. I mean, yeah, he can have me beat, but he's going to call off with king, queen, ace, jack, all those hands. Nope. Just like that, we're at 6K. Yeah, nice. You win. See how easy that would have been? Just hit a 10 against a guy like that and just take a stack. Like, the EV is just through the roof on every pocket pair. So it's like, you might be okay to not play anything but pocket pairs today. Like, 1 in 12, you're going to flop a set. And every time you do, you're going to stack somebody. So as long as it doesn't cost you 1/12 of your stack every time you call. Then you get situations like this where this isn't too bad. Problem is the player's short. He made a proper bet. I'm gonna give him credit. It's close. The 10 also helps a little bit. I'm gonna bet here just for protection or to block, and shouldn't be beat too often. It's just so I don't get bluffed, really. There's another 9 max that's almost full. I'm going to get on that. It sucks. I got to give up position on whoever sits down. Ooh, look at this. I might play a big one here on the 6 max. Yeah, I'm gonna take this seat. I'm giving up position, but wow, that's the worst card in the fucking deck. I'm giving up position, but I want these stacks on my right. Aces. Yeah. Board paired, flushy board. I mean, we should just have a king, right? Just give it up. If anything interesting happens, that's okay. This min raise is over. Yeah, that's gonna happen a lot now. Oh, I didn't even set it off for the aces. Could have stolen that, but a lot of action going on in here. You really have to play super tight in these tournaments on Sunday. So this player limp called and then leads out. Can he have a 5? Can he have 5s? Sure. Can he have a king? Possibly. He should have other spade draws, but I think now that we pick up a pair, we don't fold. We just check and call. Sometimes he has king 10s, sometimes he has pocket 5s, but a lot of times he's just garbaging like a pair of 9s or something. Ace jack. Like he's just, yeah, it's just donkey shit. Like it's like I said, once I pick up the pair, I can't fold. Because who the fuck leads it? Who limp leads a king? There. Like, he didn't even let the guy see that. Like, who the fuck does that? It's just not a thing. It's a fun one. I mean, and I made the flush, and he did have a spade in his hand, so possibilities that he could have bluffed, but I'm obviously never folding. No matter what his bet is, even on that paired board. What you doing there, Spy? I think he's going to check it. That should be good. Yep. Did he have like an ace high here? What did he have? 4-4. Oh yeah, you got to check that, man. I mean, why turn showdown into a bluff? Okay. Alright, we got to go on break here in a second, so I'm going to fold these out. Alright, I will be right back. See you guys in just a couple minutes. Don't expect to crush out of the gate. Just have to recognize my mistakes and adjust. Yeah. Just don't try to over-recognize them. I'm going to try to, for once, get ahead of it here. And, see, it's so funny because I was looking at the time and I'm like, oh, I know I have to eat, but I didn't feel hungry at all. But I was like, you know what, let me grab this Caesar wrap and just have half of it and so I don't get hungry. As soon as I opened the thing up and smelled it, my fucking stomach started rumbling. All right. Ooh. Asking. It's not bad. Let's wait for the blind on that one. Bets like this make people level themselves. I'm just trying to overcharge the draws. That's really the message of the day. Like, because if these people are going to draw for any amount, you want to make sure to get as much money in as possible before the draw hits. And it's funny because they tell you right up, like, every time you sit there and look at a draw and you're like, should I take this? You're like, well, I'm getting the right odds, blah, blah, blah. But if I hit it, am I going to get paid? If the answer to that is no, you should just fold the fucking hand. Because then you're just taking a risk to win on direct odds, which doesn't do you any good. Right? If you have 33% to hit a flush by the river, and somebody bets exactly enough that you're getting 3-1, but you know that if the flush comes off, you're not going to get paid any more money, then you should just fold it because you're looking at a break-even proposition. Now, if you say, if I hit the flush, this guy is going to keep bluffing, or he's a payoff guy, he's going to just give me the money, then yeah, you should absolutely call because then you're going to make more than just your break-even amount of 1 and 3 times of hitting the hand. But these people don't think that way. So when I literally charge them 1-to-1, full pot bet or 2x pot bet to draw, and they call, and then they hit it on the it happened so many times yesterday where they hit it on the turn, and then they checked the turn and river because they were waiting for me to bet so they could raise, or they would check the turn, or as soon as the draw hit, they would just bet right at it. And it's like they were like, oh, I'm drawing to a flush for this ridiculous price. Oh, I hit the flush. I'm just gonna bet. So I could just fold every time. Like, this is the guy, this is the reason why we're limping here, is this guy. Just because he's going to pay. And I don't see him as overplaying a king or aces here. So, he's the kind of guy who's going to bluff or he's going to completely shut down. His value bets with kings, with an ace-king or an ace is not going to be enough. Like, this, to me, looks like ace-king. Or king-queen or aces. It could even be queens. But I don't see him as overplaying. So I probably could have checked and maybe he would have bluffed, but sometimes he has the king of spades and just goes for it. But I think honestly in that one, I think he had like jacks or something. Maybe queens. What the fuck is that? My dude wants to play for 30 blinds effective. See? Bigger bet. Just completely telegraphing. This is a good spot to be in. Short stack over here. Medium stacks in the middle. This guy just got jammed on. If he raises and I take a long time and then jam, he'll call it. With anything. That's a big open. So this might be a straight race. But we absolutely have to jam. Aces. Fuck you. 2 outer. Nope. Well, let's see on that one. Ace King versus aces. Aces, baby. We got a raise. How much do we want to go here? And we got a limper out of first, although she's kind of low rent. I'm just going to go 8. I normally go bigger, but I kind of want to let her jam her shorter stack. That sucks because that'll make him fold. Yeah. Ooh. It's funny because if I had just called it, he still would have jammed, and then this guy would have called. I could have re-raised. Might have gotten more, but that's doing the most. That's too much. Because he could just barely reopen the betting. Yeah, I feel so much better. Sitting at 12.51, so up about a buy-in because of the tournament entries were $40 and change, like 41. So, in actual money, up $5 for the day, but already covered all the tournament entries, so that's nice. And there is another tournament that I like today, I think. Yeah, it's a 4,000. Oh shit, it's already going. Let me look at the schedule there so I can decide when to get in. It's a re-entry, $20. $4K guaranteed. Mm. Let's go up fairly slow. Yeah, I might get in that. I guess we could get in another freeze out, right? These are the guys who play online like it's live. He's literally opening twice as much as optimal here. And still getting called. So, like, what's the point? Yeah, I think I'm going to get in that one. Yeah, let's go ahead and get in it. Fuck it. Why not, right? It is a re-entry, so it's going to play different. They're going to sit right down in the blind. Seems kind of rigged. going to be a lot of flopping. I don't know if I want to stay on the 6 max. I don't think the 6 max is the action today. At least not yet. Yeah, more 9 max tables are coming up. Oh, look at this. I got a good seat on this table too. But the table's fucking dying. Yeah, I'm gonna kill it. Sometimes we get tables to come back. It's the only problem with re-entries is people get too froggy. So I'm not 100% sure, but seems like that. Ooh, let's not leave just yet. Yeah, we'll get that. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think I'd rather just stick with the 9 max, play as many of those as there are. Let's change this. 4K RE. Fold. See, it's funny because it looks like these 9 maxes are dying, but they're not. They're absolutely going to stay. Or they're going to come back after a couple minutes. Like, there's already other tables that are trying to form, but these tables are getting short. So it's funny. So this is the freeze out, or re-entry over here. You can't rebuy right now, can you? Yeah, you gotta have, it's a re-entry, it's not a rebuy. So weird how shitty their fucking structures are. Oh, limped pot, we flopped trips. Oh. I guess we just call. Oh, my buddy over here. It's an interesting card. So sometimes I actually get raised here and win. Players have hands like 7-8 or pocket jacks or things like that. I should never have an ace here. That's the funny part. Hmm. Not getting much going in the 4,500. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's getting to that point, though, because now I have less than 20 blinds. Damn. For 15K? Jesus. That is some... I gotta see how that went down. Like, I know they got it in pre-flop, but it was limped for 600. The guy just straight jammed for like 25 blinds or something, and the guy calls it off with King 10. What a fucking Nimrod. Jesus Christ. Straight jam is ridiculous. It's hilarious. Still slip between zone and regular tables, but I know regular tables are better for my goals. I mean, it's just, it's a little different form of poker, and in all honesty, it's going to be more consistent. I mean, I'm not saying Zoom isn't beatable, and at the higher levels, it's very beatable. But then again, if you watch those guys, you know, they're playing such a wide range, like, you know, the 200 and Ls and stuff. You know, that it's going to be... It doesn't play like Zoom, you know what I mean? Oh, look at that turn. I mean, I'm not going to get much action here, I don't think. This guy made it 1K to go pre-flop after he saw a limp. Yeah, just put him in, right? Yeah, just anything. Sure. Love it. Love everything about it. I mean, it's a re-entry. You might as well just fucking jam all in on him. Like, he put up a third of his stack, and then he put him in a position where the guy shouldn't fold the flush draw. So if you're going to put him in for if you're going to put in 1,000 with sixes and just go with whatever the board hits, just put them all in pre-flop. See, look, this is just, yeah. He's losing his fucking mind. He cost him 3,000 chips. He's still got 23,000. You start with 15K. Like, he's just losing his fucking mind over here. I would limp call off sevens plus. If I had sevens right here and it folded to me, I would just limp it, watch him jam, and snap call it. Oh, I just cracked my whole spine. pair and a flush draw versus aces. Yeah, that's going to go in every time in the tournament. Yeah, I got like 11 blinds. There's no small blinds, so I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna act like I had the king here. I raise pre-flop, check, T-bet small, we check turn, and I'm betting the river like I have a king. It just kind of looks like a king. Aces. Hold. Don't chop it. There's a lot of chops there. Jacks, spades. That's nice, though. So I 3-bet this guy, and then this is the flop that came down. I'm going to make it seem kind of whatever with the size of my bet. I think he jams all over pairs. Jams flush draws. Obviously jams sets. We're just trying to get him to put it in with tens. Sometimes, like, I mean, I have the ace of diamonds, which kind of makes it less likely that he can continue, but I don't want to check because a diamond absolutely kills my action. But if he has, like, pocket tens or something. So now, just like that, we're at 20K. How many players left in this? 117. And this one in the top right, top 48 get paid. So you need like 70K in the cash average. Look at this shit. Okay. Chop it. Ooh, queen, 10, king, ace. God damn it. The guy sat down with $12 and jammed his first hand. I have ace jack suited. I'm never supposed to fold. That's fucking hilarious. This guy's opening way too big. Just keeping people from 3-betting, but it's also getting him playing in bloated pots. I'm going to raise, see what my buddy does here. He calls. I'm going to check. I'm going to call. I'm going to check. I'm going to check. I'm going to win. I mean, he sometimes has like Jack 6, or Jack 5 rather. 9-3. Like, he's just playing everything. It's just silly. That Jack of spades in the river, though, would have minted me. Look at that. I flopped another full house today. It's the second one today. The other one was 4s, and it came off 9-9-4. This one is deuces, and it comes off 4-4 deuce. People so rarely keep betting here when they really should. I like the call here better than the raise, believe it or not. I mean, if he has 10s, it's whatever, but I think we want to... try to get value here. Yeah, he's just... Yeah. Plus no showdown, thank you. Let's just call. This guy's got the auto call on. I love it. I'm check. I could go for the steal, but I think there's too much going on in here. Yeah. Oh. Oh, look at that ace. There you go, ace. How many times is a raw ace that will not fold to a jam here? I mean, unless you have sevens, I don't know what you call the turn and then fold the river with, but yeah, he's going to have like sevens or eights, right? Fours? Wow. That is not one to call the river with, man. He's supposed to have every two pair combo. The only reason why you do sevens is because it takes away straight draws from him, so you kind of unblock straights, so it allows more bluffs, you know? But I don't know. People are weird. Yeah, my dude's just losing his mind. Snap called, right? Two pair. Yeah, he's just losing his fucking mind. He's just nothing, no pair, no draw. This guy just fucking jams $50. I mean, how tilted is he? He's just got a 7. Oh, look at that set in the tournament. Go ahead and bet small. My friend here is going to have a ton. Oh, I need him to have like an 8. Come on, 12er. Let's go big. I think I can better tune my game at regular tables. Zone would be better when I know I can beat the stakes. Yeah, but it does play different. Zone is a different form of poker. It's not much different, but it is different. I honestly think we go for this because he's going to have some two pairs. If he has a flush, good for him. But my line looks like garbage. It is a re-entry. He may just call this with like ace-8. 9-8. Like, you can't... I mean, it's a re-entry, I get it, but it's like, why are you so convinced? You got to re-enter, right? Like, do you really think I'm just going to overbet jam bluff 2.4x pot on the... I guess so. Plus a king hit, the diamond hit. It's like, nobody's bluffing in the re-entry period. It's crazy. That's tough. I'm gonna let it go. It's a really good one to call with, but I have zero. I think I have zero fold equity against this fucking unbelievable donkey. Yeah, that's the thing though, is that Zoom plays different. Just because, here's the thing. People have their general way that they sit down to play poker every day, and then they kind of react to the stimulus of the game that they've been in, depending on their tilt factors and the hands that they've got, if they're winning or losing, all that shit. Zoom, the standard default is tighter. I think most people default to tighter because you can just fold, and it's just like new table, new table, new table, new table. It's like you get in almost twice as many hands per hour. sometimes more, playing Zoom than you do regular poker. Look at this thing, get it in. 7 on the flop, 8 on the turn, 9. But ooh, now a 9's really good.
I couldn't find Zoom in as a regular.
God damn it! Fucking watch. But so it is a different default. I'm just gonna min raise open here. Hopefully this guy does something. But I think we're so short that we have to kind of play it that way. I think I'm getting 3-bet by king queen a lot. 6s never, but I'm just gonna get the money in here. If he has king queen or king 6 or queen 6, it's just too bad. Look at this, king queen called me 9 6 ace, please. God damn it, twice with the 2 pair. And I love how this guy's betting, so I'm jamming over it, and this guy did not 3-bet. God damn it. Well, that's the end of the 4,500 weekly. Ugh. Frustrating tournaments today. No. Sergeant, hush. Fucking devil dog barking outside and sergeant's all over it. Hey, lots of people here. Appreciate that. Gutty. I definitely think we can flick a bet out. Nice. Take that. This is kind of tough. Sometimes he does have sets here, but man, does the guy love to fold top pair. No confidence. Looking for a good 6 max. I don't see any. Guy plays so many hands out of early position, it's disgusting. It's a good turn. If he has a 10, he's not going to fold, but he might fold an 8 or pocket 8s or 7s or something. I'm going to take this long and then raise. You're a genius. You're going to win. Pocket 7s. Good. All right, good call. I really thought he would have he would have folded that. I mean, it's not a good call because he should have just bet the fucking flop, because what the fuck do I ever have? But he kind of put himself in that situation and then limited his profit potential. But if it's a question between calling or folding, I like the call. That's pretty good. Let's see Gary check raise. He's going to lead. All right. Fold out, Swim. If Swim folds, I'm going to jam. If he calls, I'm going to fold. All right. This guy can have just flush draws and anything else. So we're going to try to get our money back here. We got a weak jack. Sixes. Hold, please. See what I mean? Like, this is why I wasn't worried about it. Didn't even fold it. It's like, what are you... You leaving yet? What are you doing? Initially went into zone because of time constraints, but I have tweaked my schedule a bit so I can play more. I'm not saying zone is invalid. I'm saying zone is great. I mean, you're exactly right. Time constraints would allow you to play more hands playing zone. I absolutely agree. I just want you to realize that you have to take some adjustments, you know, at face value. So this player has been sitting for 5 minutes. They are under the max buy-in. So it can be rough when they jam over this. But we're never folding the ace-king suited. I mean, it's just such a sign of an inexperienced player. Hey! Later Drake. What's up, man? Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Did that say later Drake? It did. So how come you're not coming up in my my thing here? I want to thank you. Fold, fold. Where's my chat log over here? Yeah, I know the chat rules. I wrote them. Well, I have no way to thank you in chat, my man. For some reason, the chat's not connecting, but when the delay comes through, you'll see it. Or maybe you already left. Maybe you came in, followed, and left. I don't know. But I do appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to refresh this. Maybe that'll do it. Checky, checky. I got a 6. I'm going to lead. I don't do this often, but with one pair, but it's kind of good. All right. We're going to go ahead and bet. Get a snap call. The 8 comes off. We're going to check. This guy's kind of basic, so I'm just going to check it down. I'm going to lose to a king here. Yeah. It didn't even 3-bet me. It's just like such a joke. So this is what you don't want. So. Hey. Not bad, not bad. There should be more 9-max coming up. I see one table's trying to start, but it's just not getting there.
Sergeant, come up here.
1, 2, 3. Let's play. Player calls. The ace comes off. Can we just bet and take it? I mean, it's not. I know it's still in the re-entry part, but we've already doubled, so it's a huge advantage. So I'm obviously not taking too many risks here, but I'm definitely not going to slow down just because I'm 6th in chips right now. We still got a long way to go. And how much more? Yeah, there's like 45 minutes of late entry still remaining. It's kind of crazy. going to go for the check raise. It's kind of weird. This player's usually blocker betting, like flush draws, straight draws. Wow, everybody just ditches it? That's okay. The game just got easier. That was nice. Oh, late Drake. Not later Drake. Let's go ahead and open these up. Nothing there. And we're going to go ahead and... I think half pot's fine, because we should be protecting against flush draw. I mean, this is the guy who didn't 3-bet the ace-king earlier, so... I think if he raises, we are ultra fucked. His call's kind of weird. Kind of took a long time, so he's either trapping or he's drawing. So there could be a lot of straight draws here, believe it or not. So yeah, like it's not always a diamond draw, right? Because I think if he has the ace of diamonds, obviously he raises. So it's going to be a lot more straight draws, gut shots, things like that. Like king, queen offsuit with the king of diamonds or something, you know? But he's not folding a 4-card flush draw. So he's more likely to have straight draws here like 8-9 or even 10-8, you know, things like that. Or queen 10 would be a good one to have right there. But if you don't hold, if you only hold one diamond, it's very hard to call 2 streets if you don't, you know, improve right away. So just gotta bet twice. There's a lot of that shit going on. Still here, our game's slow right now. Seems like it would be a good time to play. Games are a little slow. I'm having a problem finding all the limits of games that I want. Just because of a lot of these players are playing tournaments right now. I'm trying to play all 50 and L. The 6 max doesn't look as good to me right now as the 9 max. The 9 max is super juicy. The 6 max is a lot of reggy guys. We're seeing, look at this. Raise, call, I re-raise, jam, call. I love the just call. It's so funny because I was going to call it if the guy hadn't have called. 9's just back jams for fucking stacks. That's fucking hilarious. But this guy just called. It's so funny. But, yeah, no, games are good. I do want to get more of them, though. I'm just going to check here. This player's not too silly. So we see a lot of checkbacks. This is now the problem. This player, he's got all the equity out of the blind. I mean, we're just kind of trash here. It is a good time to play. I'm not playing 100 in L today just because I had to pull some more money out, so I don't want to put that much at risk. I'm focusing on a lot of tournaments. This is my 3rd tournament of the day. They all just kind of went the same way. Hey, look at that flop. But yeah, actually there's now a couple of 6 max that are good, so I'm going to try to, thanks for reminding me, I'm going to try to get on those lists. I mean, I guess we just call that. I mean, I made a full house. You betting the full pot now? I mean, if he bets big, I can't call. I don't know if this is going to be a, well, if he's got an ace bet, you know, kind of thing. See, that seems... See, now I feel like he hit the queen. That's the shitty part. I feel like he had nothing on the turn, but now he hit the queen on the river. Because it's such a small bet. He's, like, trying to get called. Like, he's better off checking there. Like, he never has the fucking ace, though. Zone gives 15 seconds and no time bank. Hard to make decisions in some spots. Yeah. But you do get to... I like zone for the purposes of training a particular spot. Like, I worked on my small blind range. This is one chart from pokercoaching.com that I use for the small blind. And basically what I did was I made no adjustments, just played my normal game playing Zoom. Or zone, whatever it's called on where you play. I think it's Zoom on ACR. And the only thing that I slowed down for was the small blind. And I tried to optimally play the small blind based on referring to charts before the hand. So I wasn't cheating. I wasn't looking at them during a hand. But I would sit there and go, okay. And I learned my ranges a little bit better. And it helped because I was able to just bang out so many fucking hands. I think I did something like... Well, I know the number of small blind hands was like 8,000 because I looked at it in Poker Tracker. And I did that in like... I think I did it in like 10 days. So, which doesn't sound like much, but that means that I played like 45 to 48,000 hands in like 10 days. Which, again, doesn't sound like much because I was playing 4 tables of Zoom. This is tough because sometimes I'm beat behind. I don't think I can call. I don't know how often he's got the ace, but if this player wasn't behind, I would have called it for sure. Because he could just be trying to bust or, you know, rebuy. I don't mind this. I don't mind that. This actually is like having ace-king, so we can just bet small. Yep. I mean, my jack is just as good. I'm the original. I'm the pre-flop raiser. Just going to go ahead and bet. Like, if this player had a king, they would have raised themselves. I'm going to keep betting. Yeah, I love the auto fold. It's always so fun. Yeah, I'm looking at it. There's a few... Here we go. I'm getting on a few waiting lists for the good. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good... There's a lot of good 6-max. So, yeah, I'm going to be getting on those. Hopefully, we can find 1 or 2 of those that's good. Well, this is just too much equity, so I'm just going to bet it big. Made the flush. Now, this player is the guy who didn't re-raise with aces. I'm just going to go ahead and bet again. Snap calls. Queen on the river is kind of gross. I do think we bet half pot. I don't think we get a flush. I don't think folds. I don't think we get raised by anything other than a full house here. So I think it's a very safe bet. That is such a small fucking raise. Does he have jacks? Does he have queens? Does he ever have... See, I'm talking myself into it. I don't feel like I can fold. Fucking jacks. It's so fucking lame. I know I should have folded. I know I should fucking fold. It's so fucking lame. And I bet that turn... Like, and I bet the river to get raised by lesser flushes. Like, I bet this turn... Fucking ginormous. And it's just like... And then on the river, I bet half pot. To get raised, they fucking barely min-clicked me. That's so fucking gross. This is such a fucking nitty shit. I thought about checking it back, but... Or even betting smaller. Fucking lucky fucking prick. Played their hand completely wrong. Did they fucking even raise pre-flop? Yeah, they made... A player limped... They made a less than 3x raise pre-flop. They went to 137. Jesus fucking Christ. I almost called because this spade is kind of interesting. Well, not the 8 of spades, isn't? No. That's annoying. I shouldn't have called that. I should have bet smaller. Is what I should have done. I can't believe I bet that big and they fucking... Just like, they snap called it. Like, they just... I could have probably bet 7x pot and they would have called it. You know what? That's maybe what I should do next time. This fucking rock idiot. And the thing is, it's not like I think they're bluffing the river, but I do think that they can be raising worse flushes. And I've set it up to do that, to beat a worse flush. Like, the King 10 of diamonds here absolutely can play the hand the exact same way. Pocket sixes is the only one I'm really worried about, because jacks, no c-bet on this flop. No c-bet. Look at this flop. You have jacks here. You're not going to c-bet with 3 players going. You just check call. Then the flush actually comes off and you just fucking check call. And then you get a fucking check. Small check raise in too. If they jam, I'm more likely to have made that call. Like the small sizing there, I actually was closer to folding it. I don't think I should fold it at these stakes versus these fucking players. Like, I don't think I should fold it, but... Yeah, only because I want to play against this player and there's enough dead money on the side. Yeah, we made a 4. Can't make one over here. Call there. I'm just going to check. Sometimes they do actually have a jack here. I mean, bet check bet is supposed to be the strongest line in poker. Am I just getting too loose? Yeah, well, we'll flop with it. Getting like 9-1. Ooh, pair and a flushy. I don't want to put too much at risk because this player can definitely have all over pairs and they're never going to fold. But this could be interesting. Kind of depends on their sizing. No bet. If this guy bets, I'm just going to raise. Just because he doesn't have enough, and he can have 7-8. He can have a 9. And I'm obviously never folding. It really doesn't matter what happens behind at this point. Because I believe all draws would have bet. So we would just be taking our equity to the street. I mean, he can have one pair. Yeah. Hold. Nice. That's why you need a pair with the flush draw. Smart. It would have been very hard to combat any aggression if I had led, so I'm glad I didn't. Are you going to rebuy? You just fucking did that. You're not going to rebuy? Oh my god. And he left. How do you leave? I'm third in chips. Yeah, he totally left. I just see him. He just quit out of the tournament. Like, if you're gonna do that, why not? It's in the re-entry period. Why not re-enter? About 25 minutes left of re-entry, and we're about to go on break. So. We'll go on break in about a minute. $40K though, pretty good. 147 players so far. Okay. Nope. All right. I'll be right back. Okay, way too much caffeine today, but I will be the first to admit that this style of poker that's going to win today, you absolutely need to, or it's absolutely boring, so I'm going to do all the caffeine I like. And we got a 6 max, so that's good. Alright, let's pull this over a little. How's that look? Yeah, that's alright. Wait. Open lobby. I missed another table. Well, that's whatever. So we got a 6 max down here in the bottom left. It's all 50 and L today in tournaments, so whatever. Oh, a little 5-hour energy. Yeah, sure. This table's not bad. Just try to stay hydrated while we're slamming sodas. Just haven't gotten anything really going on this table, other than that flush versus full house, which is fucking hilarious. But sitting third in the tournament, pretty good. Wouldn't mind winning this fucker, I'll tell you that. First prize be somewhere around $1,000. What does it take? It takes 200 entries to get there. There's only been 17 rebuys. That's the crazy part. 150 players, 17 rebuys. Like, you would think there would be more, but I guess people just aren't re-entering. Because we've lost 17 players and had 17 rebuys. That's kind of silly. It's usually not an even distribution like that. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Ace is okay. Go ahead and raise. And we're gonna bet. Right around there. Old man coffee betting. Don't love it, but again, don't think I can fold. I'll check this one. Ooh, pick up the open ender. And let that go. I'm going to check here. Old man coffee may bet ace, king, ace, queen on the river, but he might not. What about this one? Alright, that's a good table. Ace, queen. He didn't even bet it. Like, I don't know how much more confident you need to be, old man. I don't think I want this table. Okay. I do want it, so I'm going to pull this one off. Alright, so we got a couple of 6 max now. Hey, 7s. And 7s, the same 7s. I guess we can move that up a bit. There we go. Hey, no 7 there, but we got a 7 here. Heart's awesome. I guess we just call. Board paired. I love it. They just snap call it right off. This is my buddy from the other table. I don't even think he has a flush. Do you even have a flush? Nope. He had an ace with no kicker because he got counterfeited on the river. But he was fucked the whole way. I'm just going to lead right at him. I mean, if he had ace-king, he would just fucking... He would have re-raised. If he has ace-10, he's going to bust me. You just have to slam through for value. There's just no other plan against this guy. He never has an ace there. If he has an ace, he's not folding. Ace 10's pretty nice. Player calls. I'm going to check because I think I'm actually further ahead now than I think, and I think I want to call a river bluff. I mean, if he bets, if he has me beat, that's fine, but I don't really mind it at all. I think I have to call. I think he almost decided to go for it. But when that queen hits the turn, man, I'm so fucking far ahead. Jack 9? Wow, he did not even go for it. That's funny. I mean, do what you like. Good decision not to bluff, because obviously I'm not going anywhere. It's smart, though. A lot of players will try to represent that queen, which is dumb. Ooh, spade draw. Fold. Sure. Check. Good bet. Currently 4th in the tournament with 44K. This player's leading at me to block, so I think I have to triple barrel. If a heart comes, I'm fucked. He had a 7? Wow. He's supposed to have a flush draw there. There's no way I can bet it. If a heart doesn't come, I can absolutely slam it. That's so fucking funny. Love it. Love everything about it. Oh, my buddy left. I think I'm going to ditch one of these 9 max. I think this one because it's not as profitable, and I've been there a really long time. Yeah, I'm going to ditch that and bring this one back in. Awful. He's getting called too. That's the funny part. Nope, don't want that table. Not this one. Nope. Like some of these, like the fish, just keep ducking out. Not that these players aren't beatable, but it's just not. It's not the action I want. I don't want to struggle like it's Monday. I'd rather stay in the right frame of mind and try to make big money. Take a really long time. And then check. I think I have to call this. I mean, because he can have an 8, yeah, but he could also be bluffing with some, like, pocket 7s or something. I'm going to check this one. Yeah, he has a better 8. That's close. Sometimes this player is a queen. Now that I have showdown, I'm just going to check. Yeah, he's just garbage. It's like if I don't make a pair, I'm betting the river and you can't call. It's just fucking hilarious. And we're going to bet like we have a queen. King on the turn. Pick up a flush draw and keep betting. Yep. It's a great card for me. It's interesting, but I think we want to take one off. And check. I think I'm bluffing the river if a diamond comes. We can obviously catch a 9 now. King's probably good too. I'm not going to bluff that. I'm just going to let him win it. Here's a bet. What 9s do I have, honestly? It doesn't bet. Ugh. Not betting that set there is fucking ridiculous. This is kind of weird. I am going to take one. Ooh, good card. It kind of makes me not need to bluff as much. We're still in the rebuy period, so I'm going to try this. I don't think he even had a king. Do we want to check raise the 2 pair down here? Well, we see a small raise from this fucking maniac, so I'm going to go ahead and check raise. And if he jams, I'm very happy to call. I don't know what the fuck that is. It's another dumbass. And he didn't kill my action because I don't think it goes any further. Hey, look, 2 pair again. This player was the original raiser. I'm just going to go ahead and lead it. A lot of times people think you're leading a flush draw. Let's get all back on this list. Sorry guys, it's a little dark in here, but if I open the shades, it's like it's a glare. We got him. And no action. Player limp folding behind. Like, that is just hilarious. Should turn on one of those lights. Well, let me see. Maybe I can... Maybe the glare isn't so bad because the sun's in a different position now. Alright, that's not so bad. What am I, a monkey? I've done that like... I've been doing that. And the back scratcher is a tool. Thank you, baby. Courtney's got that one hooked up to her phone with a light bulb, which is so fucking convenient.
It is. I'm glad I did it.
It's convenient for you. Apparently, you can't have the app on 2 phones. Player plays pretty wide, so he may not fold, but... Did I just get cold called behind? By Cat and X. Wow. I would like to hit a king, please, dealer. Queen's pretty good. I'm gonna do something weird. Ooh, I think he almost called me. I think he has like jacks there a good portion of the time, and he may just say fuck it and call. I know he doesn't have ace queen, never has ace king. Keep raising. Almost at 50K. He's laying so uncomfortably because he knows you don't want him to go anywhere. He's awkward. Fuck this place. Let's go to hidey hole. Yeah, I like that king. He may go for it. I think I have to call here. Like, I love this flop bet. Like, he's just telling the story. He thinks so well because he's betting, but he didn't even bet small on the flop. He bet half pot, right? Which is small, but it's not what you're supposed to do if you're doing the standard ace king c bet. You know? Yeah, fuck that. And then on the turn, he just blonk. This is how I make money off this guy. He pot bets when he has nothing. And then he just checks, he just gives up. He knows I'm calling. I mean, he had a good draw. He could have just bet it, power bombed it. If he had just bombed it right off the bat, I would have believed he had a better 7 or an 8 or a pair of 8s or something, or 9s or whatever. But if he had just bombed it right off the bat, I probably would have just folded on the turn. But he just does that shit, and it's like, dude, you're awful at telling that story. It's literally all my notes on that guy. Bets pot with nothing. And only nothing. Tempting. Minus the tournament entries, I'm up a little bit. It's not bad. It's pretty good value this guy got. Wow, dude. Helps me. Ah, there's my deuce. Aces. Come on, I'm going to set it off early this time. Look at this. I got him again. And I got queens. Look at this shit. And I got king jack over here. Okay, so the aces win, the queens win. No action, no action. No action. It's not like I'm tight over here. The king jack gets action. King hits. No action. Jesus. Ace jack. It's like 4 fucking hands. Oh, there it goes. I needed to refresh, sorry.
Pass me the leaf, please.
3-bet. Oh, I put it over there. It's on the other side of the thing because I'm not using it. Kind of depends how big this guy goes here. We're obviously calling that. I think you keep betting with a pair. I think you have to back off with pretty much everything else. Okay, he's trying to work it in. That's fine. I was looking for a float opportunity to steal. Kings. So this guy called pre-flop and then he's leading at me. We are going to absolutely raise. Can he have ace-8, ace-6, 8-6? I suppose, but it's way more likely he has a flush draw. Now that the board pairs, I do think we're going to go medium big. Yeah, flush draw. Hey, lots of peoples. Appreciate you guys. I want another table, but technically I want like 3 more tables, but there's not anything really good. Ooh, all right. Okay. Oh, love this ace. Bet big. Wow, he flopped it. 10's full. It could have gotten so much more. Oh, that's rough. I'm going to check. I'm going to lose here to ace high. Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. He thinks he had to bluff that. You don't have to bluff that, bro. I'm going to check and call with any fucking full house. Like, that's just a pointless bluff. That's the same guy. That's just a pointless bluff. Like, you have the best hand. You have an ace high. We know you have an ace high. You have the best hand. I'm going to call here. I want to see if Cat and X is just chronically 3-betting. No. Okay. Like, some guys will just chronically 3-bet. That's not bad. We're just going to go ahead and bet that like we're protecting a king. And then bet the river. Sometimes he has a king. His ace king? The fuck was that? My dude had ace king. Wow. That is 15 kinds of hilarity right there. That is awful. Can I get in on this table? I don't know if I can. I might have to wait. Nope, I gotta give it 13 more minutes. Fold here, fold there. We can call that. Fold, fold. Check. Fold. Eight on the turn. Go ahead and bet it for value. And this guy never pots, but it's from the blinds. I feel like it's stronger. Like the potting is usually always bullshit, but from the blinds it seems to have become stronger. Really? Really, motherfucker? I'm going to check the ace. I did 3-bet this pre-flop. That is so fucking depressing. You only bet that big with ace-king or pocket sevens exactly. I'm glad I got away from it. I love this fucking guy opening every fucking hand like an idiot in early position. I 3-bet and this guy gets to cold call me with ace-king behind. Okay. Tens? Or no, jacks, right? Jacks? Queens! Look at that. I feel like I could make a sandwich between hands at regular tables, right? Yeah, no, it definitely feels slower after you've been playing Zoom. 3-bet. I mean... Sitting 6th in chips out of 140 over here. I think late reg, yeah, late reg is closed, or re-entry's closed. So that's nice. So top prize, it did not break the guarantee. It got 181 entries and 138 rebuys. Ugh. So that's what? It probably came just short after the rake. With the rake, they have it covered. Or without taking any profit, they have it covered. Eh. But top prize is $1,080. Min cash is $36.40. Top 30 getting paid. So, not bad. Wouldn't mind a beaner. Yeah, 139 players. Top 30 get paid. Look at this fucking flop. I'm just hoping somebody bets. That's an overbet. We might play a big one, or he's just going to fold right here. Either way, I have 12 outs against him. Once he has exactly queens. In that case, I still have a ton of equity. Yeah, it's just overbet. Like, why would you overbet? You bet like 1.5x pot on a C-bet? Like, what are you doing? And it's like, you'd think that it's like, oh, well, if you see him doing that, why not just call with such a, great equity spot? One, because of the guy behind, and two, because guys like that will actually put it in with a worse hand. Like, they'll put it in, King 9 or some garbage. Look at this. For 26K. Like, that's just so brutal. I'm out here either sane leveling. I'm out here either listening. I'm out here in the ether listening. I'm going to 3-bet here. Listening, Qui-Gon. Even if you lose big hands, win the long game, my friend. When it comes to poker, if anyone can win against the house, at this point in your career, you can do it with ease. Much love, Sane. P.S. I hope you like the old school letter writing format. I do. It's a very big throwback. Look at this. I'm getting 4-bet right away. All right. That's actually a good flop for me. He just doesn't have much left. I don't know if he's ever going to stop if he's bluffing. I should have jammed it. I should have fucking jammed it. Yeah, he's got kings. God damn it. I should have jammed the turn. I knew it as soon as I checked. But thanks, my man. Much appreciated. Appreciate it. And I'm not playing against the house. People talk about rake like it's the end of the world, man. Online, rake isn't shit. Like, it's the same percentage-wise, but you get to play so small that the amount that it costs you is like nothing. Playing live is a different story. You know, then it's like a real part of your hourly. This guy check raised it. He's probably got 2 pair here or a set. So we're going to try to just get the money in. He could be full of shit. He could have like 7-9 also. I don't know how you fold after you take this line, though. Really? You're that piece of crap? You're that fucking full of shit? Oh, never mind. Yeah, he is. It's 3-bet. Yeah, I don't worry about rake, though. Honestly, with the... I'm in the Caesars Champions Club now. I just got promoted to Diamond Plus. And I convert all my points. They convert at a rate of 16.5 per 100. So every time one of these bonuses, right, which I just made a withdrawal and redeposited to get $400 more of match bonus. Every time one of these clears, it gives me $10 plus the amount of points that it takes to clear that now converts at 1650. So every time this line goes all the way across, it's 2650 for me. If there wasn't a flush draw out there, I was going to 3-bet him. Just because I'm trying to get him to fold right there. But if I 3-bet and he has a flush draw, he's just going to jam. Make a 3. That seems defensive. Good call. I didn't expect him to have 2 pair. But I love how he bet super small and then couldn't fold. So I'm going to beat him with king, queen. I'm going to beat him with all flushes. This is just somebody who can't fold. I stand by that bet. I don't think, even if I put him all in, I don't think he folds. Which is stupid. You should just bet for value then. If you're just not going to fold. This is just dumb. Can you have a 10? Yeah, but it's still not enough. Because I can have running clubs. Or straights. I'm going to check. I don't get paid. So all I can do is bluff catch. Yeah. Great play, bro. Fucking idiot. Ooh. I guess we just call, right? God damn it. Why does it have to kill my action every fucking time? Just has the flush. Like, this is running bad. Player raises, flop comes off, ace, king, 7. He bets normally, and he just has the fucking... He just hits the flush on the fucking turn. Jesus. Running pretty bad. Yeah, like, see, but then you see this bullshit. So it's like, it's the same thing. So in the end, well, plus I also get free rooms at Caesars. There's some stuff that's so much reward I can't even take advantage of it. I got a free 5-night stay at Atlantis in Jamaica that I can't even use because I can't afford the plane ticket, the time off, or basically just the plane ticket. Everything else is included. But we'll be taking that trip next year. You get $100 in meal credit for a dinner, like one special dinner or whatever the fuck. And you get like free Starbucks, and you get like free parking at all the Caesars casinos. You skip the lines and shit like that. With all that benefit, man, I feel like the rake is such a non-factor. They're giving back like 80% in these bonuses and shit if you just, use it properly. Plus you get discounts at all. I just bought Courtney a little piece of costume jewelry, and it was 20% off. So it was like an extra whatever. What the fuck is that? This sucks, but I think I have to call. It's hilarious. This guy's hilarious. Like, it's only because of our history. He just gave me 30 blinds for no fucking reason. Pot. No. He might actually have something he didn't bet. Now he bets pot. Alright, he had runners. Good for you. You got back a third of that last bet you just dusted. I mean, look at this. It's just so bad. Like on the flop, he just pots. Or he just bets like 2/3 pot. Into 3 players, or into 2 players with jacks. Then he checks. We all check around. What do I have to be worried about here? King, queen? No, that's counterfeited. He never has anything. He never has an ace. He would have kept betting. So we just, yeah. Get on this other waiting list. I gotta see how those aces were played because I'm pretty sure it was hilarious. I gotta see it. So he makes his 3x open, gets called. Flop is 8-10 deuce, bets pot, gets called. Look at this. think. Yeah, I could have bluffed it, but whatever. And then he checks, he bets pot again, just calls. And then the guy just bets, and then he jams all in over him with one pair. It's just fucking hilarious. I think I earned like 5 nights free stay at Caesar's property, so they're giving me back just a ton of value. So I don't worry about the rake online. Oh, that sucks. Should have bet the turn. I mean, I guess I'm going to go defensive. And I don't think he folds any club. But he'll call with ace queen. What'd you have? Did you even have ace queen? Did you have something that good? Ace 9. Wow, he had 2 pair, and then I sucked out. That's fucking hilarious. I almost 3-bet it pre-flop, but out of position. I don't think I need to with ace jack versus the cutoff. These guys are all playing ace fucking 9. It's just like, I remember the last time I played at South Point, I was sitting there with a guy, and that exact thing happened where he raised and I re-raised pre-flop, and I had ace king, and the flop came off ace 9 something, and I c-bet, and he called, and the turn came off a king, and he led, and I was just like, I kind of shook my head, and I was like, that's weird. So I raised, and then he was like, huh. And he said something about my range being narrow or whatever like that, and I was like, okay. And then he calls it, and on the river, he like took a really long time and then checked, and I was just like, well, yeah, I'm all in. And he's just like, fuck, and blah, blah, blah. He's like, well, your range shouldn't be that narrow, but that king is good for you. But he keeps talking all this shit. And then he calls it, and he goes, 2 pair, and I go, you lose. And I said, you have ace, and I asked him, I was like, you have ace 9? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, well, I have ace king. And he's like, he got pissed, and he's like, you lucky, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I am lucky. I'm lucky you played the fucking ace 9 like a fucking mouth breather. And he was just like, oh, it's a good hand. I'm like, it's a great hand. It took second place. And it was like, we got into like an argument, not about anything else, but he was just a rude asshole. Like, he actually ended up getting thrown out. Like, he wasn't drunk, but he was just such a prick that everybody fucking hated him. Oh, god damn it. Almost got timed out here. This fucking idiot. Come on, bet big. Let's click him back. It looks like I have a club draw. Queen's full. Why did you take so long? I'm check raising you on the turn. Oh my god. No rake back on Bovada. Yeah. Yeah, but you can play it, man. Trust me. I would not mind at all playing on Bovada. I had one guy who he didn't work for Bovada, but he kind of knew the thing. He was talking about why there was no rake back, and he's like, because the players are fucking anonymous. It's like they know who they are, but it's like it would be too hard to fucking make it match up and make it make sense. That's fucking gross, man. I flop fucking trips and just run into the top boat, and it's just ace queen is always there. Oh, come on, baby. Open ender. No action on the aces. I've gotten 0. Very little action going on for the past like hour. Like other than that trip nines versus queens hand. Hey, I flopped a wheel. I was going to flop another wheel. Open ender over here. Double gutter over here. No, it's not a double gutter. It needs to be a 7. Alright, we're pure. Nope. This guy betting into like an ace king. What the fuck are you doing? Why? With pocket threes, why are you trying to bluff out 4 people? So fucking stupid. And players who know you have garbage. That's not bad. Just act like I'm protecting a king. Alright. Moving in the right direction. I'm stuck like 2 buy-ins playing cash. But whatever. Just no real good spots. Alright. Ugh. Ba, 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 ba. Ugh, good bet. Technically, they give rake back in tournament entries. Oh, well, that's... I mean, that's absolutely worth it. So this guy led at me. So he's supposed to have draws like 5-3 and shit. I'm just going to try to represent. Yeah, I don't know what that was. That was just donkey shit. He could have had like ace-4 or maybe even a 10, but when the king comes off and I just fire, you just can't keep going. It's just stupid. It's like I'm just always going to raise. Spade draw. Check, 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 check. I mean, it's a double paired board. I guess we just do this. Alright, it's over. Cat and X. Cat and X has a 10. And I'm not going to get him to fold it. Oh. Wow, you're a fucking genius, bro. Why kill your action? Why don't you let me bluff again? You don't want to let me bluff? Like, he bet half pot for value. Like, it's so fucking stupid. And I don't mind tournament entries for rake back. It's not like you're not going to use them, you know? You just got to kind of put your time together to do it. Although I'd rather they did, like, tournament dollars. You know what I mean? So that you don't have, like, entry tickets, so you can, like, build them up and, you know, you can enter a $100 tournament, you know, and, you know, have that great experience. There was some, I forget what it was one of the early poker rooms. Oh, I got aces. It was one of the early poker rooms that did that where they gave you tournament dollar, I think they called it tournament credits. And I was just playing smaller tournaments in cash. And the person I was with at the time was like, oh, you should just save them up and play something really big. And I was like, yeah, why not? So I did. And I think I ended up playing like they had a weird one, like $160 tournament. And I guess we just do this. And I ended up playing it and ended up winning. I don't think I did very well, but I ended up getting like $400 out of it. So, you know, it took a while to build up the $162.50 or whatever the entry was, but it turned into $400 and basically got all my rake back, you know, in one shot. And I just played it tight so that I would have the chance to do that. And she actually was the one who pointed out, she's like, I don't think they made any money off you then in the last month. Because it was the way that it worked out. They probably did, because it was probably like something like 30% that was being given back in the tournament entries. So when you score like that for 400, you get value at 3x. So it was probably close to most of it. Plus, I imagine most of their tournament entries just become, you know, whatchamacallit, you know, filler. 15K effective. That's crazy. Almost 16. What the fuck is that? Alright. That's not bad. I mean, he's supposed to have 2 pairs. But he's supposed to also have a lot of draws. He can have King 10, I guess. Oh, he didn't go for it. I really thought he would go for it. Did I actually suck out? I don't think I did. Yeah, he had 6-3. Yeah, he was just doing garbage. Two pair. Just gonna call my buddy. I don't know what that is. All right, going on break. I will be right back. Yeah, you can build up points and pick which one you want to buy in. Oh, okay, okay. But you need to get to the higher stakes to a reasonable amount to pass through, right? You can redeem up to $60 JSNG and $162 tournament tickets. Nice. JSNG. Let me figure that out. Sit and go. JS. J sit and go. $60 sit and go and $160 tournament tickets. I mean, $162 tournament, man. It's kind of awesome. Like, because, you know, if you think about it, what are you talking about? 500 players? Then that's 500 times 150 because they're going to take off $12 rake. So, what is that? 150 times 100 is 1,500, 15,000. So, 22.5 in a guarantee. It's pretty awesome. And that's just for 150 players. You know, if you got 200 players, you're talking 15 or 30 grand. You know, where your top prize is 6,000 to 7,000. So I'm just gonna call here. I know a lot of people 3-bet that, but I've been noticing jacks and tens doing better calling out of position. This is kind of odd. I don't think we can fold just yet. Pick up the open ender. It's funny because it's more likely to hit punny with the ace jack than it is anybody else. There's so many cards I could have bet the river. It's not one of them. Yeah, it's just dumb. He's going to have ace queen. He's going to have ace king. He's going to have some ace jack, but not much. Probably should have raised the flop. But I don't know what the fuck Seymour's doing there. He just flops way too much. His name's literally exactly what he is. Somebody who sees too many flops. I don't know what this guy's fucking deal is. Aces again. I'm going to keep ringing the bell, man. I don't care. I'm starting to feel like it's bad luck because I'm not getting any action, but I'm going to keep setting it off. I like it. Just no action. This is like the 5th or 6th time today. Like nothing. And it's like, I was trying to think, what does that mean for when I have aces? Well, it means that nobody else has an ace. So, like, these players who are opening, they don't know how to defend with hands where they don't have an ace. So what does that mean? That means I should be 3-betting every ace, right? So I'm trying to make sure to remember that and just 3-bet whenever I get an ace in position. Just because they're overfolding way too much. Like, you mean to tell me it's a coincidence that when I have aces and I'm just re-raising pre-flop or making a standard open and getting no action, you mean to tell me that it's a coincidence and somebody else is folding an ace? No, they just don't have an ace. I've had it in position, I've had it out of position. It's just not doing. Come on, 6. Jackpot sit and go. That's what it was called. JSNG. Jackpot sit and go. Well, those are fun. Look at this shit. Oh, it was jackpot sit and go. I got it right. This sucks. It's the call here that's the problem. I feel like I'm ahead a lot. But this call is the problem, so I'm going to fold. King on the fucking turn. Probably losing to Jack 10, though, honestly. Just get the fucking money in, you morons. You're checking? Oh, my God. Put the money in, Seymour. Ace, Queen, 7, 8. Unfucking real. Ace, Queen. Really? The guy check raised that monstrous? I mean, it's a good fold at the time, but Seymour just chronically staying in there with club draws. Chronically. Like, if he folds, I can actually rejam. And I get lucky, but it's fucked because when you're a good player, you don't get to get lucky as much because you're too smart to do shit when you know, like, what other players are doing. Like, I know that even if my king queen is good there, I'm gonna be up against Jack 10 and a club draw. That's the only scenario where my king queen is good. And this fucking idiot mudslinger just goes ahead and plays the ace queen slow. 7 deuce good. Alright, we got queens. Let's go. Tommy calls. He shouldn't have too many aces, but he can have spade draws, so I get raised if he has the ace of fucking spades. Although this is sometimes a blocker bet, just so I don't bet the river. So if he has an ace, he shouldn't bet. You win. Flop to set. But if he checks the river, he should be good. But when he bets the river, I'm screwed. This is interesting. He can have some tens. My real fear is he has better sevens. I mean, we're not folding. Yeah, he's got a better seven. I was thinking he either has a 10 or he's leading the better 7. Kind of sucks. Plus, at a $60 jackpot, couldn't you win like 60 grand? I'm going to call this one. Ooh, look at that. I'm just going to act like it's a queen. Thank you. You definitely have a 6 or 5-7. I'm gonna do his move. No, he didn't have shit. Or he might have had a 7, but he's supposed to have 5-6 there a bunch when he bets smaller in the turn. But I think he was just donkey dumb shit. Could definitely 3-bet, but again, I think this is fine because I want this guy betting. Come on. He's betting pot. That's what I'm here for. Ace on the turn kind of sucks because it's a spade. King on the river really sucks because of the queen. And that's a brutal one. That's a brutal one. But it's just so chronic. It's just so fucking funny. It's like he's just never going to stop. And it does, I mean, here's the thing. It's like it works. It works, but it's not working against me. I've got like 5 of them this session where he's just potted, and he's just giving me this amazing value on my hands. It's like he should just stop against me. Like you could stop. You could do it against everybody else and just be like, okay, this guy, you know, he's calling me too much. Like, and you could just back off, but he just can't stop. Maybe 25L would be decent boost in points. Do you know how many points per hour you earn? I mean, that's kind of the way to figure it out, right? Shit, you could see how much you got raked through Poker Tracker. Look at this. Is he going to give up? I'll let him have this one because he's supposed to have 8-6 or 6-7 or whatever. So I think that's one where I think statistically he wins. If I had top pair on the flop, I never would have folded though. But I just ended up with good backdoor equity and a shitty pair. I mean, I don't mind this fucking table. He's just gonna always do it. Look at this. It's compulsive. It's hilarious every time. And then small bet, it's like just raise. Unless you have it totally locked up with like a fucking tens. Like, why are you folding to this? It's so obviously nothing. Like, it's not even protection for a 10. It's like ace high. It's like so obviously nothing. Oh, there's another 9 max. Nice. Can I ditch one of these 9 max? Yeah, I've been on this one for a while. About 100 and, what was that, 2 hours, 20 minutes? Yeah. I'm going to ditch this one and get on, and try to get on this other 9 max. What? I said waiting list? Okay, there it goes. All of that. Doesn't update. Then you go to click on it again. It's like, you're already on this waiting list. 91 players left in this tournament. Top 30 getting paid. So in the money average is going to be about 90, about 110 to 112, somewhere in there. So we're doing fine. We have 40 blinds. This is kind of fringe for me because I'm out of position. Although I don't think for this size of a bet we want to fold. We would do for that one though. Made it easy. Be happy, 3 bets. He's been sitting here for 3 minutes. I'm just going to call. Look at this. Ace, king, tens. My jack. Look at my jack. Oh, clubs run out. So I got 3 bet. Now he's betting again. I'm going to check back. Sometimes he has aces. But I'm going to try. Make it look like I'm bullying. He could have queens. Just paid me, huh? You don't learn anything? Ace 4. $72K for 60 bucks. Not bad. And so you get like a point for every dollar? No, you get like 100 points for a dollar, right? 72 pennies, or so $7,272. So you're getting, so you're getting a good reward there. The thing of it is, it's not a reward that they have to pay out, so that's why it kind of really helps. I'm gonna raise this. Did I seriously just get 3-bet small? I mean, I can't fold. All right, we got the aces. I mean, this is such a small raise. Nah, I'm going to let it go. I think that's disciplined, but I'm going to let it go. A little bit of action on the aces. I don't think I get more here. I think I just put more money at risk. Like, he has 5-3. He has some ace-3. He has some overpairs. I think we call though. Yeah, it's just garbage. Like, there's just 0 point in raising ever. Like, what are you even trying to represent? Like, his bets make no sense. He was just trying to get to the river. Like, that's those small bets trying to get to the river, and then he doesn't improve, and then he doesn't give up. Then he tries the big bet, and it's like, how does that work, bro? Alright, let's try to get value here. So, yeah, I'm going to get off this table down here on the bottom right. Player calls, 10 on the turn's not awesome, but not awful. I am going to check. 5 isn't great, but it can help me, because he can have Jack 10 that made 2 pair, and now I just counterfeited him. Queen Jack. I don't know if it's... In a tournament scenario, I don't like betting there. I think in a cash game, I would absolutely bet there again. But in tournament scenario, I think it's kind of... It's an overplay. It's like... It's not too bad. That sucks. I want to play that. 15 points per $1 of rake. Okay, so let's figure it out. Oh, there's my other 9 max. Oh, god damn it. I moved the wrong table. Oh, this seat's reserved for somebody else. Great, thanks. Thanks for fucking me up. I'll put this one back. Hang on. God damn it. Check. Just give me 1 second to fix this. So, 15 points per $1 of rake, right? So let's figure it out. Calculator here. So you need 72,000 for a $60 ticket. Okay, so if we divide 72,000 points divided by $60 cash, that means that's $1,200 worth of rake, right? So no, wait a minute. $15 per race, so 72,000 divided by... Okay, this is annoying. 72,000 divided by 15 points per $1. So you have to get raked $4,800. That doesn't sound right, man. Oh, 72K for the $60. That's the top prize. Oh, okay. So you get 15 points per $1 of rake. So for a $60 ticket, then that's what? 60 times 15, 900 points? That's pretty good. So that's like, let me let that go. I could have raised that, but I think I'm a little too active there. That's not bad. I was gonna say he's got a flush draw too. I knew it when he checked the river. I was like, he's got a flush draw too. I should be good. 15 points per $1 of rake. All right, but it's how many points is it to play in a $60 tournament? That's the question. It's a crazy open.
Why are you getting my shit?
I like this shit.
You're so freaking cute. I wish you didn't trigger my allergies.
He's so happy. I'm comfortable. Where am I? I'm 20th in this one now. Got my 50K back. That's nice. I'm just going to limp. I want to see what this guy does. I'm going to be sitting next to him for a while, I feel like. Alright, let's check. I mean, we can obviously call that. Pick up clubs. I wonder. It looks like bullshit. I should have let it. I can't tell. I think he's bluffing with a better hand than mine. The fuck is that? Wow. That's a big open into a lot of people. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. I didn't want to see the bang, bang, bang. So he's got to have the overpair, right? Glad I got away from that quickly. Dun, 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 dun. It's kind of weird for him to lead that card. It's a good card for me. Oh, look at this. I would have flopped the joint. This guy's too short to play on. $72K you can win from the $60 buy-ins. Yeah, I figured that out. So how many points to play in the tournament? Oh, I just heard myself figure it out. Yeah, on delay. Look at this shit. Oh, I'd have made this straight. God. So see if you can find out how many points it's to play the $60 tournament. Wait a minute. No, it's not 16,500 points for a $60 tournament. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. 165,000. That would mean you would have to get raked to the tune of $11,000 for a $60 tournament. Either that's not true, or your point conversion is off and they give you like 1,500 points per dollar or something like. There's no way that's it. There's no way. That's worse. That's $11,000 in rake for $60 tournament ticket. If you've ever earned one, you know, playing no higher than 25 NL occasionally, then you're absolutely incorrect. So, I would be curious. You have 4,822 lifetime points. And then by that logic, 4,800 divided by 15, you've been raked $320. Nice life. I think I get raked that in about 2 days. No, it probably takes me a good week. Well, I can figure it out. Yeah, it's about a week. Just playing 50 and L. I'm just gonna go $11 straight here. It's a little excessive, but I think it's fine. As long as I don't get limp jammed on by this fucking idiot. But I'm not folding to anyone. Because, I mean, really? I mean, if this guy has aces, I'm going to throw up, but I just get it in. Jacks? Good for you. What a fucking moron. Thank you. That is the worst. Remember what I said about that read with the avatar? There was 2 limpers. He opened small. He got called behind. I raised 9x in the small blind, which should only be indicative of pairs and ace-king. And every pair is going to be higher than your jacks. Everybody folds back to him. He re-raises to 20. Right? These people are doing this so they'll see a flop. Then he gets jammed on and absolutely can't fold. That's hilarious. I love that. I will take that race every day of the week. Like I said, he's only going to have pairs. The re-raise small was kind of good because it made me think for a minute he might have had aces, but there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way I can fold the ace-king. And I'm not an ace-king racing guy, but you put me out of position, and then you do this minimum raise, small raise bullshit. Like, he's going to tell that story saying that I got lucky when he did absolutely everything wrong. Like, if he had jammed back on me, I probably would have folded. I really would have. But when he re-raises like that, it just seems so sus. And because I didn't know him, and because of his stupid fucking avatar, it's like, okay, I was expecting him to roll over ace-king a ton there. If it was somebody, if it was a regular who I knew, I would have fucking snap folded to that raise. What you make in a session of 5-L is probably a few hands at 200-L? No, I mean, it's dollars. There's got to be a cap. It's not like there's no cap on the rake. I don't know what this is. If this guy folds, I have to call, although I don't really feel great about it. I feel like I'm just going to lose to every pair. There it is. Ace Jack. Yeah, he rivered it. Look at that. I'm just going to call here because I'm going to see an ace on this flop every time. I mean, I'm not folding. Backdoor flush draw. Look at this. Getting 10-1. Oh, I almost flopped it. Do I ever think this guy is holding the king of hearts? Look at this. I got the 7 over here. I'm going to let this go. I'll check this one. This dude's all in. Obviously, I'm calling. Okay, the board paired. We're good. Little rush. Little rush. Oh, that's the worst card. All the equity in the world, and I have to fold on this little micro bet. Maybe that's how you get action. You overbet to an even number. Because that got me a hell of a lot of action when it shouldn't have right there. Ooh, I got a set here. This guy bets pot. Let's go over pot. Pot was 7. I went 9. I mean, he's in the blind, so he can have a lot of 2 pairs. He can also have all the diamond draws. So he should have 2 pairs here a lot. King 8, 8-5. I don't know how often he's got flush draws. He never folds flush draws. I know this guy. Maybe he just had like King 10. Maybe I fucking screwed myself, but... Yeah, I'm going to get off this table. I wanted to sit out. I doubled it. I'm going to get off that table. It's garbage. And it's not garbage, but it was like, I was there for like almost 300 hands before that double. Okay, so we're just below the average. We're getting kind of near the bubble. 74 players remaining, 30 get paid. It's going pretty quick, though. Nice 3-bet. This guy's playing a lot of hands. And not aggressively. Of course, he limp calls. I'm gonna go ahead and down bet. Really? Limp jams. Wow. It's a draw. Okay. Okay. It's a draw, but it's too much. It's like the suited ace 10 or jack 10. Some people even do it with jack 10 raw. But that's hilarious. Up to 25 NL cap is $2. 50 NL caps at $4 rake. Okay. So in that scenario, max rake you're getting is $2, your contribution. So that's 30 points. I mean, it can't be... So that would mean that you would have to contribute to get one ticket, right? For 165,000. You would have to contribute to 5,500 pots that were max rake heads up. So, like, if you raised and a couple people called and you only contributed $1.50 to that rake, not good enough. Then you're going to have to play extra hands. But 5,500 hands at max rake to get one $60 tournament. Times 0.3, $1,650 you'd have to get raked. This guy with the small 3-bets, man, it's annoying. I don't think I can fold at this one. Well, this might suck, but we're too far from the cash to fold. And it just sucks when he has me beat. Aces. It sucks. The guy 3-bet small like 5 fucking times. God damn it. And of course it's aces. It's like... And it's crazy because he never takes that line with ace-king. He only takes that line with ace-queen and aces. Like ace-king doesn't... Why can't I sit at this fucking table? Like, what is the deal here? It's so fucking annoying. But 70 players left. And 30,000 chips. I could have just... I mean, he's going to just roll kings there a ton. Yes. I can actually fold. It's not over. Is this guy really going to do this? This one he has. Ah, oh, it's annoying. Dead last. It's going so quick, too. Re-raise. If I win this one, I got a chance. King. I'll lose to fucking ace deuce. Ace 7, ace 3. Why the fuck are these people calling? No. Look at this. In position with 2 pair. I mean, he's supposed to have ace, king, and aces here. That sucks. Oh, can't get in on these fucking tables, man. They're fucking glitched. Ugh. It's just a lot, and I'm not worried about it at these stakes. No, I agree. No, you definitely shouldn't be, you know, grinding for it. I mean, it's a nice thing if you can get it. I mean, he could have something here. Nope, just triple barrel in your face. Same guy. Oh my god, I can actually get on this table? Holy shit. Rink. Okay. Yeah. I'll flop around. Yeah, I'm supposed to be off that table, but I'm like... tempting. No, I'll let it go. That's so tempting. Check. That sucks. I went out 66th. I mean, I don't think I was going to survive at 30K. What was it, 33K? I'm going to get off this table. Find another 6 max. Not before I play these 7s. Yeah, enough of that table. Ooh, there's one. That's a good one. That's a very good one. Can I have a seat on this table? I don't want a seat on that one. These tables are all so shit. Do I need to take a break? How long have we been going here? 3.5 hours? God, it feels longer. I don't know if I'm just hungry or annoyed or... I mean, I'm definitely annoyed. Like, I'm almost even in the cash games. And, you know, I dusted those tournament entries. Actually, I think I am even in the cash games. I haven't checked. But it's just like up, down, like... build up, build up, build up, take a beat. Build up, build up, build up, take a beat. It's just like... Nope. Ooh, 2 pair. I'm just going to check. I don't think it does us any good to bet here. I mean, we need him to bluff because he doesn't have enough aces. He had king, queen. Decided to bet that. I got min raised. And the fucking spade comes off. Awesome. Oh, he made 2 pair in the turn. What did the other guy have? Just a shitty ace? King deuce, the gut shot. Like, this is just trash. So I should have Made it an even number. I've been on this fucking table for 2.5 hours, and I have gotten nowhere. Jesus. It's just annoying. Yeah, that's so annoying. I'm going to kill it. I am hungry. I'm a little shaky, too. Let me see here. I'll tell you guys where I'm at. Yep, that's what I figured. So I'm at 1193. So in real money, I'm down, what is that, $53. But I spent 61 in tournaments. So I won $8 playing cash. Like, it's just so high variance, it's insane. So yeah, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to try to come back in a couple hours. Maybe I'm going to eat, reset, maybe take a nap. Probably come back around 9 o'clock. And if I do, I will try to stream it, I promise. I actually think there's some other tournaments that I might want to play, but I'm not sure. But we will see. So I'll try to find somebody to send you guys off to on a host. Either way, I'll see you later. If not tonight, then tomorrow morning. So it's just one of those days, man. It just kept, you don't cash a tournament. Ran into aces twice. My aces got cracked in the other one. That's what eliminated me out of all 3 tournaments. That's so funny. Ace-King versus aces in the 2250. The guy flopped a set of aces in that last one, the rebuy, versus my ace with the gut shot where he should just have kings and be blowing up. And then the other one, my aces on the button, I raised. Guy called in the small blind, no 3-bet. King, queen, 4 flop. Big blind leads out. I jam over the big blind, who's obviously only ever got 1 pair or a draw. Small blind then springs the trap, calls with king, queen for out-flopping me. Really bad. That one sucked because we were closer to the cash, but oh well. So yeah, so I really can't complain, even though I will. So I will see you guys later tonight, and if I don't, then